Hello and welcome to another Wednesday evening chat with Louise. So the 5 things that we should give up doing now. Why did that one come to me today? Well, I woke up this morning and I'm always quite excited on the days I'm going to do my vlogs. It's like, what can we talk about today? And then I went on my YouTube channel and I saw I'd lost 6 subscribers this week. So that was a bit like, oh, what have I done wrong? How have I upset somebody? And it is quite, you bare your soul when you come on here. You know, I talk from the heart, I don't script. I have an idea that I'm going to talk about when I come on. But it was quite a bit of a kick in the teeth, really, and then I took it personally. And then I spent all morning going, what am I doing? Am I being silly? And so, yeah, about time I practice what I preach, wasn't it? So, the first thing we must give up is trying to please everyone. Because you can't. You will never please everyone. You can try your best, but what are you achieving at the end of the day? So some of the things we've talked about before, it's about how we feel and being true to ourselves. And the people that matter, they'll still be there. And the ones that don't, they'll go. And yes, it seems really silly now I'm talking about it. And it's probably not personal at all. It's probably just not talking about the things. I know I started the channel talking about the building renovations and I will be coming back to that hopefully soon. So yes, I understand. But why do we take things so personally? Is it something to do with the patterns, our conditioning, what we've learned in life, that we should make sure that people are all right and we should look after them and everything else, but at what expense to our mental health and our well-being? So I think that's a really important one to begin with, is don't try to please everybody. Please yourself first, and then the people that are on your wavelength or resonate with you, then they'll be on board with you, and that's all that matters. So that was my little pity party for the day. The other thing we need to give up on is fearing change, and this is something that I've really struggled with, because I'm probably, maybe I'm on the spectrum, I don't know, but change for me is really hard. And I like routine and I like structure and I like to know what I'm doing and when I'm doing it. Don't get me wrong, I love an adventure and I like to think I'm flexible, but I suppose deep down, change is a big one. And at the moment, I've put in for actually a change on my building plots. I've not been able to sell them as they are. I need to change the condition on them to be used as holiday permission. Oh my gosh, I haven't slept since I put that application in, worrying about what if, and at the end of the day, what if? I'm still here, I'm still got my lovely little home, things will change, and if it's meant to be, it will happen. And I don't know, why am I so scared of that change? So that's another thing that I've been really working hard on this week, getting in that place where I actually sit and say to myself, how do I feel right now? Really working on living in the moment. And most of the time I've done that, I've actually realised that it's a feeling of anxiety I'm carrying with me. So this is another work in progress that I'm going on. So though I'm saying about all these things that we've got to do, trust me, I'm working with you on this, because it's a lot of the way we've lived our lives that's carried this forward, if you like. Now, the other one I'm coping better with is living in the past. I don't live in the past anymore. Don't get me wrong, there's been times in my life where I've gone, oh, if I hadn't have done this, or if I'd done this. And I think to myself, would have been easier if you'd done that. But actually, I look back on every single thing I've done in my life, and I have to say, it's made me who I am now. And though I might be struggling with change, I might be struggling with people pleasing, I do like who I am now. I know who I am, and I think that's quite an important thing, and that's part of the journey, finding out who you are, what matters to you. And with that comes the fourth one, if you like, putting yourself down. How many times do we say to ourselves, oh, you stupid thing, what did you do that for? Or you look in the mirror and, oh, I put on weight, I'd do this or do that, or you should be clever, you should be this, we should be that. And if you've noticed how these are all tying in together, because again, if we're not pleasing people, then we're feeling we're not good enough. If we fear change, we don't feel we're good enough. Living in the past, wishing things had been different. So then that brings us on to the fifth thing that we really, really need to let go. And this is one that me and my family were all real experts in this one. Overthinking. On my days, I can actually sit and think myself literally into a corner. When you analyse why did the people do that? Why didn't they like what I did? Why da 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 da? You fill in the blanks. And what do we achieve? That knot of anxiety that's in our tummy. So how do we deal with these? Again, I think the one thing really that's helping me at the moment, and something I've been working on for a few weeks now, is just every time I find myself going down one of these little paths, making myself sit there and go, right now, how do I feel? And like I say, mostly when I make myself think about it, I still feel that knot of anxiety in my tummy. So what do we normally do when we feel that? We go off and we get busy. Oh, I'll go make a cup of tea. Oh, I've got to tidy up, I've got to do the washing, I've got to do this and meetings, whatever. But we don't actually sit with that, and we just mask that anxiety, and then we carry on. And then if we allow ourselves, we start to overthink it. But what we really need to do is sit and think, what's the worst that can happen? So, okay, I don't get my planning. That's fine. I'm going to put the foundations in anyway. The planning then will be secure that I've got on it. The right person will come at the right time. Fine. How does that make me feel just then? So much better. I worry about my son. He's fine. He's an adult now. Yes, I'm his mum, but it's not my responsibility to worry about him every hour of the day. And I'm learning to let that go and not overthink it, because half the time what I've thought about when I've spoken to him is absolutely fine. What a waste of energy that was. And fearing change, seeing things as it comes along, I'm now trying to look at that in a positive way and embrace it. So when something comes along, I might feel that knot of fear, or I say be anxious about it, but then I start to look for the positives in it. How cool if that happened? How amazing would that be? Don't live in the past anymore, because that's not there. The future's something that's got to come. All we've actually got is now, this minute, and every minute is this minute. So if we can get to a stage where when we sit here, we can have that feeling of peace. Wow, that's really, I think, the key to living. So let's look at, stop trying to please everyone. Stop fearing change. Definitely stop living in the past. That's gone. We can't change it. Don't put yourself down. You are an amazing person. And as for overthinking, like I say, I'm a work in progress with all of these, so this is no criticism. But let's think about where we are, how we feel now, and let's change that feeling to excitement. What is it that makes you feel excited about a day? Is there anything you can think of that you enjoy? At some stages in your life, it might be just being able to get to bed at night and go to sleep. But when we wake up every morning and we've got that day ahead of us, that's when we've got that chance, rather than fill it with dread, fill it with anxiety. Let's look for the positives and see if we can move forward. I'm sure we'll touch on this subject again, but I just want to say thank you for being with me, and I really appreciate it. Good night.